Hello, everyone. Hope everything is well with you. It's Jazz. It's the West Ham Irons channel. It's a wet Sunday morning, a little bit gloomy. Yeah, we'll see what today brings. We'll see what the World Cup brings. So, yeah, saw the Argentina Mexico game yesterday. Very, very interesting. Argentina, despite the win, looked very, very average. And it's kind of just making me think that, yeah, we not quite sure who's going to win the World Cup yet, do we? Not really. Anyone's not really hit the ground running, been outstanding yet. Although Brazil, France look to be quite good, don't they? Them two, and then yeah, we'll see what happens depending on the draw and injuries and that kind of thing. So yeah, I thought I'd do a show today. Before I get started, once again, thank you for everyone subscribing. If you are watching for the first time or you have been watching but haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We are trying to head towards the 2000 sub target, and it's going very, very well. Also have launched a sister channel called West Ham News TV. I will put a link in the description of this video, so please link on it, please subscribe. It's a different channel. It's a very, very short and sweet breaking news, interesting news videos. And I've put one out this morning already regarding Zuma. So that video is going to be about Zuma, about the advice that Sullivan had given David Moyes about perhaps not signing Zuma and tying up the Milenkovic deal. So the Serbian guy who's doing very well in the World Cup, the Fiorentina guy, terms were agreed and he was about to sign, and David Moyes last minute changed his mind and went for Zuma because I think Sullivan had good concerns around the knee problems that he has and will always have. So it was a big commitment for West Ham. 29.8 million, 125,000 a week, 4-year deal as the owner. Yeah, I know Sullivan. Yeah, a lot of people have a go at him, but I think in this case he had every right to perhaps not be sure about this deal, but it went ahead, and it is what it is. Zuma will be missing what looks like most of the remaining season. And it just goes back to, I mean, we don't quite look at it enough on the owner side, do we? It's always spend money, spend. But God, we spent a reasonable amount of money, well, more than reasonable amount of money for West Ham standards this summer. And then we look at the Zuma deal. That knee injury is always going to be a concern for the rest of his career. And even when he's played, he hasn't looked right. Since the first time he broke down, I think up to the Liverpool 3-2 win, October, November, him and Oggy were flying. And then Oggy, it's kind of the end for him. He hasn't recovered from that injury. He's getting on. And Zuma's not looked the same since that first 4 or 5 months at West Ham, I think. It is what it is. And I think he was out for a year when he first had that knee injury at Chelsea. I have put the photo up there in that West Ham News TV video this morning. It doesn't look good, the one he had at Chelsea. God, no wonder he's always going to have an issue for the rest of his career. So he'll be gone. Kufal's up for sale at 6 million. Kerr's struggling. He's not even in the Germany team anymore. Skamaka's just, well, for whatever reason, it's just not happening for him. Paqueta not happening for him. And our focus is going to be on our defense, isn't it? I mean, Dawson wants to leave. What does that leave? Will that leave Kerr as a makeshift centre back alongside Agard, who hasn't started a game yet in the league for West Ham? And then you got, well, who have you got then? It's and my worry was that we nearly virtually had a fully fit squad for a lot of the time this season, and we were still not performing. And now we've obviously, we've lost Cornet, haven't we? We've lost Zuma. It's getting difficult, isn't it? And if we didn't perform that well with all these players fully fit, and now they're all getting injured one by one, again, I can't see any turnaround for Moyes. I've heard that he's got a 3-match target to get 5 points, and then I don't know what happens after that. It's just waiting to happen. He can't recover. and the board are very, very upset about the outlay and what they've got in return, and they're very concerned about the R word, the relegation. It'll be catastrophic for the club. Don't even want to think about it, because there's a lot of relegation clauses that have been put into a lot of the players' contracts, so they'll have to leave. I don't even know if there's a price in there. Will they leave cheap, or will they just leave according to whatever market price? I don't know. I don't know how we protected ourselves in that situation. A lot of problems. I mean, Ashby might come into the fray now. If Kera goes to the middle, Ashby might cover it right back, but he doesn't want to sign a new contract. He's got the same agent as Eddie Howe at Newcastle. I'd go there if I was him. Certainly, while David Moyes is our manager, I don't want to play for him. I wouldn't want to play for him, But it is that kind of thing. So the headline, no more money for David Moyes. The board have said we're not going to give you any more money. There's been nothing in return. If we have a look at the signings, let's have a look at the signings. So I mean, the website I'm looking at is giving me a euro total of 182 million. Average age was 25 coming in, which is really, really good. It brought down the average of the team. The age really, really good. Paqueta, 25, 42 million euros. Nothing in return. Maybe one assist, I'm not sure. Skamaka, 36 million euros, age 23. A couple of goals here and there, but just not fully utilised him in the right way. Agard, 35 million euros, 26. Looks good, but hasn't started any league games. Cornet, 20 million euros. I thought he started well. Injured. Don't know when he's coming back. Emerson, 50 million euros. Doesn't even start. We just use him now and again for conference. Kera, 12 million euros. Regular. Completely average at the moment. Struggles. Can't read the game. Gets lost. Has been at fault for 5 of our goals. 5 individual errors. Glyn Downs, 10 million euros. Maybe one league start. Plays in the conference. Areola, 9 million euros per, doesn't feature in the league. You can't blame the owners. Not one of them it's worked out for. That is shocking, mate. That is shocking. And when they did want him to sign more players in the previous 2 windows, he stuck up, said, I don't want to sign anyone. It's a complete mess. He doesn't listen to the board. When they tell him to buy, he's just like, I don't want him. I don't want anyone. And then he buys too many. Then he's like, oh, yeah, I don't want to buy that many, but I had to. It's complete mess. Players who left were Yamalenko, Fredericks, Vlasic, who's doing really well at Trino, Dupe, but Vlasic is injured at the World Cup, so I don't know how that will affect his, because Trino wanted to sign him permanently, which would have trickled him some money. So the only money he's going to get is money we get in. So Vlasic, we could have got that money if it went permanent. Masuaku, he's coming back because he's flopped so badly at Besiktas. He started okay, but then the old Masuaku's come back. He gave away a shocking goal in an important game. The typical Masuaku trade where he's in the box. He obviously can't see anything or read anything, doesn't know what's going on, and he passes across goal in front of his goalkeeper, and they scored. So we were going to get 2 million for him. That ain't going to happen. And we were supplementing a lot of his 40,000 a week contract. We gave him a lovely 5-year deal, I think. I don't know who the manager was then, Pellegrini and Moyes the first time. I don't know. Noble obviously retired, coming back in January. Alex Corral, stories of him crying in the car park, the way he was dealt on a human level. It's a complete catastrophe, I'm telling you. Oh, mate, Fredericks is one of the worst players I've seen at West Ham for ages. Completely crap. Yamalenko should never have signed him, injury prone. You just complete money down the drain. Dupe, for one reason or another, the form just went out the window, and I think Fulham are kind of finding that out now. It's one after the other, everyone. It's just like, mate, you got to get a new manager in, mate. You got to get a new manager in. You cannot keep picking the wrong managers, I mean, Moyes was a good start coming in, and that's fair enough. He stabilized us twice, saved us from relegation, but you've got to You got to learn when to cut your ties. It's not about loyalty. There is no loyalty in the world, especially in football. So forget about these brownie points, credit points he's got in the bank. Forget it. You're only as good as your last few games. Just get rid of him. It's going to make the new manager's life so hard the longer this carries on. The players' forms are going to drop even further. Their values are going to drop even further. The motivation is going to go further. More youngsters are going to leave the club. The more fans are going to stop going. The atmosphere is going to get even worse than what it is now. It's a library at the moment. It's just, and you've wasted all this month, and yeah, there's no more money for him. This is what this show is about. Yeah, they might get 5-6 million for Kafal, and I don't know what else. And then in return, I think we're going for that Brazilian centre back Luizio, Luizao from Sao Paulo. So that's a free transfer. Terms have been agreed. He should be coming in end of Jan, but I don't think we're going to get the work permit. And that's going to cause more issues, or I don't know how long we're going to have to wait for that. But if he does come in, I mean, yeah, he's never played in the Premierships, coming from Brazil, and you're joining in January. It's a bit cold, mate. I don't know, right? So many things up in the air, and we need it. It's like, God, I'm saying things like we need a major overhaul, and we brought in 8-9 players. I mean, I did mention the 3-4-3 formation. That'll probably work to get us by and not go down. I can't see any more ambition than in this form and situation. We can't really go for winning anything. I mean, conference is okay. Yeah, we might do something there. But in the league, it's just a case of staying lower middle and staying safe, isn't it? I mean, I don't think we're going to be a threat to the top 7, 8, 9, 10 or anything like that. So it's a shame that we're going to have to write off this season, looks like. But I hope that financially that a new manager doesn't suffer a cut in terms of the money being provided. I mean, obviously, Katensky we've been told, is not going to be given any opportunity to become the number one. So I don't know how much more money the Sullivan Gold are going to put in. So it's the same old West Ham again. I think we're just unlucky one way or another. It just hasn't worked out. We put in a lot of money when Pellegrini came in. You all know how that went tits up. Again, this has happened again. It's just shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking how this keeps happening to us. But hopefully, a new manager comes in, and then we'll have to just buy a couple of more centre backs, cheap old ones. I mean, we couldn't even influence Connor Cody to join us. We couldn't even get Tarkowski over the line. Those would have been very, very good short gap signings to cover for Oggy and other situations. Because we did know that Zuma is going to pop at any time. We knew that, right? A lot of pressure on Agard, to come in and play alongside. We don't know yet. Is Dawson going to be stopped from leaving? I don't want to be David Moyes. You got a lot of issues there, mate. A lot of them your problem. So good luck to you. I don't know how we're going to get out of this, everyone. There's limited amount of money. I can't see anything improving. Even with the new manager, you got to write this season off. It's a shame how we've gone from the previous two to this situation, really. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. But I hope you're well. And I just hate keep bringing these bad news videos after video. But that's our club. There's nothing good on the horizon. Even Rice is getting linked with Bayern Munich this morning. It's just all up in the air at the moment, really. But yeah, not much good news again for you, I'm afraid. So not much money, if any, for David Moyes in this window. And then let's see the World Cup, and then very, very interested to see how we're going to get these 5 points from the 3 games. And if we do sack him, well, after the window opens, how stupid is that? What the hell's a manager meant to do when the window's already open? It's crazy. And the games are going to be coming one after the other. The FA Cup, about to say League Cup, we're out of that already. And maybe it's deliberate. They haven't got any money, and the new manager will not be in a position to bring anyone in, and that kind of works for the board. It is what it is. But yeah, have a great Sunday, and I'll catch up with you with another video soon. And yeah, subscribe to the channel and West Ham News TV, please. Thank you. Take care. Come on, you irons. Get the checkbook.